Hello, my dear friends. I am Dr. Shailesh Palekar. I am working as an associate professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering, Sanjivani College of Engineering, Kopargaon. In line with the subject of dynamics of machinery, this is our 12th lecture in which we will discuss about the equivalent stiffness of springs or dampers in series or they might be in parallel. So, in vibration or vibratory systems, most of the times we need to have the number of springs. Instead of using single spring, we are using number of springs, might be 2, 3, 4, and they should be kept in such a way that either they in parallel or they might be in series. So in certain systems more than one springs may be used. To connect these systems into equivalent mathematical models, it is necessary to find out the equivalent stiffness of the spring combinations. The equivalent stiffness depends upon whether the springs are in series or parallel. So, to convert these systems, these number of springs or dampers into an equivalent mathematical models, to generate its mathematical model, to generate the mathematical model of our vibratory system, which we have to solve, it is necessary to find out the equivalent stiffness or convert those number of springs into one spring, which will give us the equivalent stiffness of all the present springs or dampers. Okay, so three or four springs, if there are three or four springs which are connected together, then we have to represent in mathematical model those four springs by showing single spring, which will represent all these four springs but have the equivalent stiffness. So what is this equivalent stiffness is? How to calculate it or how to find it? So first of all, we have to find either these springs are connected in series or they are connected in parallel to each other. So the very first case we'll start with, the springs are connected in series. So in this figure, you can observe there are two springs. These springs are having stiffnesses K1 and K2 and they are connected to a common mass where we will apply the force. So figure shows a system having two springs K1 and K2 in series. If these springs are replaced by an equivalent spring of stiffness K, then the total static deflection of the body in two cases under the same load must be the same. The total deflection in the actual case is the sum of deflections in the individual springs. So, what is the meaning of this? If these springs are replaced by an equivalent spring, so as just I have said that instead of representing these two springs separately and unnecessary, we can say increasing our computational time or computational efforts, we will replace these two springs by a single spring which will represent the equivalent stiffness of these two. Okay, so that's what we have written here. If these springs are replaced by an equivalent spring of stiffness K, so instead of writing K1, K2, this K will represent the equivalent stiffness of these two springs. Then the total static deflection of the body in two cases, means either this case or single spring case, under the same load must be the same. So whatever the deflection of these two springs together are showing, that should be represented by our equivalent spring. That is the meaning of this. And in such case, when these two springs are connected in series, the total deflection in the actual case is the sum of deflections in the individual spring. Forget about this word actual case. The total deflection in this system is the sum of deflections in the individual springs. So because of whatever the force we will apply on this mass, these two springs will show their own deflection. So suppose this first spring which we have shown as K1 and the second spring which we have shown as K2, because of the applied force, these two will suffer from individual their own deflection. Suppose this one deflects by delta 1 and suppose this deflects by delta 2. then the total deflection of this system will be equal to the sum of the deflections of these two springs. Suppose each, and as we have applied the force at M only, so these two springs are suffering from the same load or same force. So here we will write each spring has a force m into g, mass into acceleration or mass into gravitational acceleration acting on it. So m into g is the force acting on these two systems. So k1 or the spring 1 is also suffering from m into g, the force m into g, and k2 also suffers from the same force, that is m into g. So the total deflection of the system, we can call it as total deflection of the system or deflection of equivalent spring. Equivalent spring means the single spring which will represent these two springs. The total deflection in the system will be deflection of spring 1 plus deflection of spring 2. As we have just discussed, that is delta 1 is the deflection in spring 1 and delta 2 is the deflection in spring 2, and delta is the representing deflection of these two. As just we have discussed that m into g, or the force acting on these two systems, two springs, are is same, that is m into g. Suppose m1 into g is the force acting on spring 1 and m2 into g is the force acting on the spring 2, but as they are sharing the same force, therefore this magnitude will be same, that is m into g is equals to m1 into g is equals to m2 into g. Okay, now I hope you know the definition of stiffness. The definition of stiffness is what? We have force per unit deflection. Force per unit deflection. So we could write K is equals to m into g upon delta. M into g upon delta. Therefore our delta is equals to what we could write? M into g upon K. So similarly, by using the definition of stiffness, we could write this equation, that is force, total force on the or deflection. This equation we could write in this way, that is delta is equals to what we could write? Force upon stiffness. So force upon stiffness of equivalent spring is equals to m1 into g upon k1 plus m2 into g upon k2. M1 into g is the force in, we can say, the spring 1, and m2 into g is the force in the second spring, but the value of these all forces is same. Therefore we could write 1 upon k is equals to 1 upon k1 plus 1 upon k2. So this k, which represent the equivalent stiffness or equivalent stiffness of the equivalent spring, by which we are replacing the system of two springs which are connected in series. So we can write the equivalent stiffness of the spring when the springs are connected in series. That time we get this relation, that the equivalent stiffness, the reciprocal of the equivalent stiffness of the equivalent spring is equals to the summation of reciprocals of the stiffnesses of individual springs. So that's what we have written over here, that is in the case of series springs, the reciprocals of the equivalent spring stiffness is equal to the sum of the reciprocals of individual spring stiffnesses. So this way we can calculate the equivalent stiffness when the springs are connected in series. The second case, that is when the springs are connected in parallel. So here we are showing, we could observe the two cases or two different structures. Okay, so here you can easily understand that these two springs K1 and K2 are connected in series and they are sharing the same mass. Okay, here also these springs are connected to this mass, but this mass is in the center of these two. Okay, so this is also a representation of springs in parallel. So we could write here, we have explained this, that is figure A and B are the two cases with springs in parallel. In this case, each of the spring is carrying a part of the total load, such that the total load supported is equal to the sum of the loads carried by individual springs. This is the basic difference between the previous case and this case. In the previous case, the deflection, total deflection in the system is the summation of individual deflections. Here they are sharing the different forces because they are connected in parallel. Previously in the springs are in, when the springs are connected in series, that time they are sharing or they have the same force acting on them. But when the springs are connected in parallel, that time easily we can understand that they are sharing or they are suffered from the different force, even though we have applied the same force on M, so that it may twist or it may perform the transverse or longitudinal vibrations. Okay, so that's why we could write the total load supported is equal to the sum of the loads carried by individual springs, or we can say we can write I'm sorry, we can um, write this particular statement in this way also, that total force is equal to the sum of the forces carried or suffered by individual springs, and the absolute deflection in each of the individual spring is equal to the deflection of the system. So whatever the deflection of the total system is there, both the springs are showing the same deflection, means delta is equals to delta 1 is equals to delta 2. That is, delta 1 is the deflection in spring 1 and delta 2 is the deflection in spring 2. So both the springs are showing the same deflections but are producing or are produce this deflection because of the different forces depending upon their stiffnesses. Okay, so with this conclusion we could write the equation, we can form the relation between these three things, that is delta, delta 1 and delta 2, like this: delta is equals to delta 1 is equals to delta 2, and as the total load is equals to the sum of the loads produced, or the total force is equals to the forces in the individual springs. Therefore we can write m into g, which is the force, is equals to m1 into g plus m2 into g. m1 into g is the force produced in spring 1 and m2 into g is the force produced in spring 2. And as just in the previous case we have discussed the definition of stiffness, that is, stiffness is nothing but the force per unit deflection. Therefore this force is equals to stiffness multiplied by the deflection. So we can write ke. Ke is the equivalent stiffness of the single spring which we will replace for these two springs, is equals to k1 into delta 1 plus k2 into delta 2. So from this equation 1 we can write delta is equals to delta 1 is equals to delta 2. Therefore we can write ke is equals to, we can neglect or cancel this term, that is delta, delta, delta from all these three terms, and we can write ke is equals to k1 plus k2. That is, in this case when the springs are in parallel, the equivalent spring stiffness is equal to the sum of the individual spring stiffnesses. In the previous case the stiffness is equals to this stiffness can be found by reciprocals, the summation of reciprocals of the individual springs, and here we can directly take the summation of the individual stiffnesses of the springs. So this way we can find the equivalent stiffness when the springs are connected in series or they are in parallel. Similarly, in vibration cases we have to use some absorbers, those are known as dampers. So as we have to use number of springs, so similarly we can use number of dampers also. So when these dampers are connected in series or they are in parallel, that time we have to find their damping coefficient equivalent damping coefficient, and we can use the similar theories. Okay, so here we have written that is equivalent dampers. Similar to the spring, number of dampers are also used in combinations. It is necessary to convert or replace dampers in system by one equivalent damper. My dear friend, this is not physically, we are not physically converting or changing the number of springs into one spring, but to represent them in a mathematical model, that time we have to represent all the combinations by a single spring or single damper, which we will call it as equivalent damper or equivalent spring, and its stiffness or its damping coefficient should be the representation of all the individual springs or dampers which we have used. So when the dampers are in series, that time its damping coefficient can be calculated as 1 upon Ce, that is reciprocal of the damping coefficient of equivalent spring, is equals to the summation of reciprocals of the individual damping coefficients of the dampers. And similarly, when these dampers are in parallel, that time the equivalent damping coefficient of the equivalent damper is equals to the summation of the individual damping coefficients of the dampers. Okay, this way we can calculate the equivalent damping coefficient or equivalent stiffness of the spring or dampers when they are connected in series or parallel. Thank you.